Right, what about you, everybody? Did you enjoy that game against Nottingham Forest the other night? That friendly down at Burton Albion's ground? I really did, and I tell you what, I felt a lot better on Friday when I went back to work. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders watching that performance. 2 goals, and more importantly, a clean sheet. And it just makes me wonder sometimes when I look at the Facebook groups, the Leeds United Facebook groups, about the number of people who complain or who witter on about individual performances for things like giving the ball away. Certain players don't have the class. This player doesn't deserve to wear the shirt, etc. I think under Farker we look a lot more organised. We look like we're going to be better passing the ball. We're going to be able to retain possession and control games with a little bit more ease. I think when the new season kicks off next Sunday on the 6th of August against Cardiff at home. But I just want to say about Bamford goal. For some of you missed that it was actually Joe Gelhardt that did the closing down, did the leg work and put the defender under pressure and forced that mistake. So a lot of people criticising Joe Gelhardt. I think perhaps it's a little bit premature for us to start criticising him. Still a young player, still finding his trade, I think, and probably settling back into Leeds. And of course we've got a new Leeds United now, so everybody's still adapting to these changes that's happened. The defender teed up Bamford with perfect precision pass for Bamford just to sell that dummy with a little roll on his left foot and then clipping it over the goalkeeper with his right. A lot said about Bamford's celebration, cupping the ears. I think perhaps that's probably a little dig at the Leeds fans as well as Nottingham Forest fans. I'll say that I'm not Patrick Bamford's biggest fan, but I will say that perhaps his time it might be coming to an end at Leeds United. Perhaps a move away would be good for him and his career. And of course, we all know about mental health. He's put up with a lot of stick over the last few weeks. Since missing that penalty at Newcastle, and then of course the Leicester chance that he should have probably buried. He buries those two, we're probably still in the Premier League. So I do feel a little bit sorry for Patrick Bamford. He probably didn't have the season that he'd hoped when he was in the Premier League. But then again, a lot of the players perhaps didn't perform at their normal levels because of the upset in the boardroom. Of course, the changes happening in the dressing room, the uncertainty, and of course, the ego of Victor Orta and all the rest of them. So when we look at that Premier League season, a number of factors there letting us down. Overall, then, what can we expect? Well, let's hope for more of the same against Hearts when we see them on Sunday. I think that's a 3 o'clock kick-off if I'm not mistaken. Check the website for further details on that one. I hope that he starts with the same starting 11, except for Meslier. I would like to see the new keeper Darlow or perhaps Cleeson given a run out in Mellier's place. I'm still uncertain about Meslier, and I'm definitely not a fan of this business of playing out from the back. It looked far too risky for me against that Monaco, or during that Monaco game, and I thought that we looked so dodgy that we could quite easily have lost that by a lot more or a lot higher margin. And certainly when it comes to Championship, there are going to be teams out there and players in that division who will capitalise on any kind of mistake. And Meslier, for me, perhaps he's low on confidence, prone to a mistake, and his positioning in goal is one of his biggest flaws, as well as catching ability. Although during that Nottingham Forest game we did see him make a couple of catches from corners, etc. So perhaps it's just a case of trying to get Meslier back into form, or perhaps it's a case of Farker experimenting, and this is the time to experiment. Does he want to see what the alternatives are? It's one thing doing training, isn't it? But it's completely another thing when you're in a game, even a friendly game. Players need to prove a point that they are the one that they want to be picked for competitive matches. When there's 3 points at stake, and it's all to play for each player. They're going to have to really prove their point to Farker, and show that they're going to be in contention to make the starting 11 on a regular basis. Right, just a quick video. As I said today, we all need to march on together, get behind the lads this year, whether they make mistakes or not. We need to try and keep them lifted, keep their confidence high, and not let them worry too much about a mistake that they made in a game, etc. And let's hope that we can have a really flying start for this new campaign. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.